I'm going to commend my colleague, Senator Stevens, for bringing this forward. I'm going to speak about healthcare workers. I'm going to read out the names of just 5 nurses who have been killed. Omar Karishid, Mohammed Lubad, Mohammed Al-Azazia, Ahmad Mastia, Samaya Tamaraz. So I suppose, like we've all said here, that the people of Gaza are at very risk of extermination, and even that the UN said today, 2 hours ago, that 14,000 babies, which has been said here before, are going to die of starvation in the next 48 hours. I know that other senators have spoke about the fact that we, as a country, I suppose, have been victims of state-enabled famine and colonial mass murder, and we know more than anyone else how the trauma that's inflicted on us as a people for generations. But I don't think this is an opposition government thing. I think that all the government parties know their history just as well as I do. But I think that we need to, as we've all said it, we can't just sit back and watch it anymore. The Israeli regime is just sticking their 2 fingers up to us at every cost. They're committing war crimes. They're committing genocide, and that has even been called out by the UN now that it is genocide. I hosted a briefing last Tuesday of healthcare workers, and they said, I suppose, healthcare workers and the symbols that we say, the Red Cross and the Red Crescent, have always been symbols of humanity, and they're there on the Geneva Convention to protect as protection of life, and they have been targeted. There's been 1,400 healthcare workers have been deliberately killed. Surgeons have been pulled away for operation theatres in the middle of conducting operations. So from what they have said to me, is that trying to restore humanity back into even the conversation, is that we as a country, there's 6 things that we can do. We can enact the Occupied Territories Bill. We can implement ethical procurement policies all across government departments and state bodies. We can stop arms transitioning through Ireland, which we know is happening. There's debates around it, but we know it is happening. We can stop the central bank selling Israeli war bonds. We can join the Hague Group of Nations, say no nation is above the law, and we can boycott, divest, sanction at every opportunity. That culture, academic, Israel needs to be isolated, and it needs to be isolated now.